I genuinely want to know why it's so hard to date.
How to make men approach you in public places.
Dating in New York City sucks, and I promised myself this year that I was going to go on more dates.
Tell me how I'm 30 years old, but I feel like I'm 20 until...
There's a great number of single women in their 30s wishing men would just approach them.
I'm 46. It's a nightmare. I don't know how to date. I don't even know how to get a date.
Taking a girl on a walk is not a date. So I'm gonna need you to do these few things to start looking more approachable and having the guy that you want come and talk to you.
I feel like I'm at the point of my life right now where rejection doesn't...
The more you listen, the more you understand that majority of women don't understand men. Kindly subscribe to the channel as it further supports us in our work. Thank you.
Is it actually true that men become a reflection of the way their women treat them? So, if you don't like the way he's acting, maybe you should look at the way you're treating him.
I genuinely want to know why it's so hard to date in 2025. Why can't people just communicate? Hey, I'm not into you. Hey, sorry, I'm trying to work things out with my ex-girlfriend. I just got stood up on a date that was supposed to start at 7:30. It's 8:50 right now. Not a single word. How disrespectful.
Baby doll, you know you have to train your guy to obey you. Make all your wishes come true. Have to Pavlov's dogs him. Yeah, it's all in the training. Doesn't matter if you just met him or you've been together for a while. He needs to know subconsciously that he's here to make your commands come true. So let's start with something simple. Next time you're in a bar or you're together, you have to make sure that he follows what you say. How to do it? One quick and easy way. You have to move him around. Ideally, you'll have to move him yourself. For example, you're standing there and talking, and there's somebody walking by or there's a light shining. You grab him by the shoulders and you move him. It has to be so subtle that he doesn't even notice it, but it goes straight into the subconscious. Subconsciously, he's already obeying your command. Do that a couple of times throughout the night. Move him to the right, move him to the left. You're ingraining it in his mind. No, who's the queen here? You apply it until he knows. And then reward him when he follows. It can be a little touch. It can be a little sway. It can be a little sexy gay. Maybe even a kiss. Wire his brain.
When women listen to this kind of advice, it's no wonder they keep staying single. Give him a command, make him follow. What is he? A dog. This isn't empowerment. It's entitlement wrapped in toxicity. Relationships aren't built on dominance and control. They're built on mutual respect. You can't expect to build a healthy bond while treating your partner like a pet you're trying to train. Then they wonder why men pull away, stop showing up, or don't take them seriously. Men don't want to be controlled. They want to be appreciated. What's even more amazing is that the women giving this kind of advice are almost always single. It's like they're projecting their own bitterness and failures onto others, trying to sound empowered while secretly craving the very connection they can't seem to keep. They speak with authority on how to handle men, yet they have no successful relationships to show for it. Isn't it ironic? The loudest voices telling women to command or control a man are the ones who can't even get one to stay. Misery loves company.
This is why I'm going to be single forever, okay? My ADHD is ruining my dating life because I'm dating a lot because I'm trying to like get married and stuff. And I'm just mixing up every date with various people, okay? I was on a date with this one guy that I'm kind of seeing, and I was like, oh my God, I love that jazz bar you took me to. That was so fun. And he was like, oh, well, we never went to a jazz bar. And I was like, right. Well, you know, we should. That's a dream of mine. The dream I had is you and I were at a jazz bar. I went to a jazz bar with another man.
And my friends are always so confused, like, why guys don't come up to us at bars. And while I'm sure there's, like, a multitude of reasons for that, this time we all went out as a group together. There was, like, I don't know, a couple of us girls. And literally any guy that came up to us, we actually, like, just like that, like, put our hand in their faces. Like, I'm not even kidding. A group of guys was, like, right next to us where we were dancing at this bar. And anyone that tried to even come remotely close to approaching us, we literally went, no. It's like, okay. Just thinking about it. Actually, I think about it a lot. I walked up to a guy and they put their hand in my face and said, no. I would be crushed. Heart would be ripped out of my chest. Like, I don't know that I would honestly ever go out again. Because the night in question.
So you're wondering why guys don't approach you at bars. Yet when one finally does, you throw your hand up like a traffic cop and say, "Don't approach me." Make it make sense. You crave attention but reject connection. You dress up, do your hair, put on your best outfit to be seen. But the moment a man actually sees you and makes a move, he's met with attitude and a wall. Then you go home complaining, "Where are all the good men? They were there. You just pushed them away with that entitled defensive energy." Men aren't mind readers, and they're not signing up to be disrespected just for showing interest. Keep playing that game, and you'll keep going home alone. You can't expect real connection while pushing people away like they're beneath you. You can't crave romance and simultaneously treat every man like a red flag just for showing interest. It doesn't work like that.
A lot of girls call or write to me and they say, "I'm not meeting any guys when I go out." And I'm like, "Okay, how many girls are you going out with?" They're like, "I'm just going out with like my closest 14 friends. And I'm like, "Okay. So you and a small army is like hanging out at the bar and you want some like little brat or Chad to come up to you and tap you on the shoulder and go, 'Hi, can I buy you a drink?' Like, you look intimidating, even if you don't feel intimidating." So go pick one friend, go to a bar where you would want to be taken and chill at the bar and see with your friend. Maybe someone comes up to you, maybe they won't, but this is your best shot to meet someone while you're out. And also have open body language. Like, if you're sitting like this at the bar, like head down in your martini, that's giving closed off language. Like, smile, look around, like make eye contact with people.
Taking a girl on a walk is not a date.
Okay. Why isn't it?
And I can't believe I even have to say this.
But yet, here we are. So why isn't it a date?
It is low effort. You put zero thought into it.
Based on what? That the guy isn't spending a lot of money? Maybe he just wanted to get to know you.
If I wanted to go on a hot girl walk, I would call one of my girlfriends. You know, like I will go with the girlies.
Okay then. What exactly did you have in mind?
A date is something that you actually have to plan. A date is something that you are investing a certain amount financially into. It doesn't have to be a ton, but something.
No, a man does not have to invest money into a certain activity in order for it to be considered a date. That's rather materialistic minded of someone.
For example, if you wanted to go on a walk and then have a picnic, right? You have a couple snacks, maybe bring like some music you can listen to. Like, oh, this is a perfect view for a sunset. Like, let's put a little thought into it.
It's really sad that some individuals think that a relationship has to start out by someone spending money.
Even a guy that has no money, like if he wanted to, he would. He will find a way to figure it out. He will find a way to make it special for you.
It's almost like things can be made special and meaningful without money.
If a man is trying to take you on a walk, girl, run. Run. Not toward him. Away.
Just a thought, but if a woman needs a man to spend money on her in order for her to feel special, yeah, the woman's not the one that should be running in the opposite direction.
I mean, who was actually surprised by this? Many women today don't even consider walking through a park a real date, nor do they consider grabbing a coffee a proper outing. If you're not taking her to some high-end restaurant where she can order the most expensive thing on the menu, snap a few pictures for Instagram, and ghost you afterward, then to her, it wasn't a date. We've reached a point where genuine connection has been replaced by expectations of luxury. It's no longer about the man, the conversation, or the vibe. It's about the setting, the clout, and what she can get out of it. A thoughtful walk through the park? Too cheap. A laid-back coffee where you can actually talk and get to know each other? That's not putting in enough effort. But somehow, showing up just for a free meal is. Let's be honest, a lot of modern dating has turned into a transaction. Too many women treat dates like job interviews where the man is applying to fund her lifestyle. She's not showing up to build something, she's showing up to collect something.
So the woman that say, I don't need a man, analyze that statement. I said it for many years. I would end up in relationships. The man felt unneeded and he cheated on me. Not that I cared too much because I was never going to marry him anyway, but it hurt. Do you want to be with a man that doesn't need you, who's going to go do whatever he wants to do anyway and doesn't care about you and doesn't take your thoughts or feelings into consideration? Hell no. Everyone wants to be needed. So if you don't need a man, you don't need a man. Go be single. Go do what you want to do. You might not need a man with the guys that you've been picking, or you can just go pick a good man who's going to help build and strengthen you and push you to heightened levels of success. That is a man you might want to consider having. It's up to you. I want a man.
Are you one of those ladies who struggles to get men to approach you in public? If so, listen up, because I'm going to tell you why. Now, the only reason a man is going to refrain from approaching you in public if they find you attractive is the fear of rejection. So when you are out and about, you need to use that yes, open body language rather than that no, closed body language. So the first thing you need to do when you walk into a public place is wipe off that resting bitch face, shake off that superiority complex. And this is a defense mechanism that we use when we feel uncomfortable in our surroundings, making us an automatic no to the opposite sex. Now, a surefire way to become a yes is to scream yes to others, through body language, of course. When you're out in public, make sure that man can see that you are open to others. Speak to the staff. Start up a light conversation with a stranger. This is going to make men feel that you are a safe and secure person to approach in public. And even if you were to say no, they still feel like they've gained a yes because they've had a nice conversation with an attractive woman. And you know, being open in public and chatting to new people can benefit you in so many ways, even beyond dating. You never know who you're going to meet and what opportunities you're going to get.
This is actually pretty good. But let's be real. 9 times out of 10, that's not how it usually plays out. The woman in that clip is actually right about one thing. A lot of women today do have a superiority complex, and that attitude, it's a big reason why they're not getting approached. Some of them walk around like they're too good to even be spoken to, head held high, nose in the air, giving off the kind of energy that says, "I'm better than you." And then they wonder why no one is making a move. It's not intimidation, it's indifference. Let's clear something up real quick. This idea that a woman can just be out and about and expect to be approached as if it's her birthright, that's pure nonsense. No man owes you anything, especially not his interest. You're just another person in public. Men don't exist to boost your self-esteem every time you decide to leave the house.
Girls, I'm recording live from Keen's Steakhouse. When I tell you there are so many groups of attractive young men here, like this must be where finance bros gather for like a bro dinner of steaks, because none of them are here on dates. It's like groups of like 3 to 12 men. Hot. Like, I'm not even joking. So many groups of young men looking like eligible fucking bachelors. I walked through the bar part to use the bathroom too. Men everywhere. Like, oh my god, I've never seen a sausage fest like this before.
Want a guy to chase you? Here's the secret you need to know. Men don't chase needy women. They chase in-demand, high-value women. And the good news is, you set the standard. You determine your worth. It's not going to come from how many guys are after you or how many compliments you receive on a given day or how many people follow you on social media. You're the one that sets the standard. You decide that you are a high-value woman. You decide how people get to treat you. You decide what you're going to put up with. I know it's much easier to say be confident than it is to actually be confident. So I'm going to give you a very simple tool that you can put into practice today to get there, to be that high-value woman. You are just going to act the part. You are going to act as though you are a high-value woman. How are you going to do this? In any scenario, you're going to ask yourself, what would a confident woman do in this situation? Would a confident woman stick around in a situation with a guy who is sending mixed signals all over the place and all in one minute, all out the next and completely stringing her along? Would a confident woman rip herself to shreds because a guy lost interest? Would a confident woman settle for a guy who says he doesn't want to be in a relationship and stick around and try to prove herself to him in the hopes that he'll change his mind? No, confident women don't do any of this. They don't put up with what they don't want, and as a result, they usually get what it is they do want. So decide right here, right now, that you are a high-value, confident woman and start acting the part. Hope this was helpful, and make sure to tap that plus sign for more.
I would even go as far as to say this. Men don't chase so-called high-value women at all. That whole idea is outdated and one-sided. A real man doesn't chase. He observes, he approaches respectfully, and he shows interest. But here's the thing. If that interest isn't reciprocated with mutual energy, he's gone. No begging, no convincing, no trying to prove his worth to someone who doesn't even acknowledge his effort. See, a lot of women have been told that being high value means being unattainable, emotionally distant, and constantly testing men. But most men aren't impressed by that anymore. They don't see it as a challenge. They see it as a headache. A man who values himself isn't chasing a woman who acts like she's above him. He's paying attention to who's paying attention to him. And let's be honest, in today's world, the women labeled as high value are often more concerned with status, aesthetics, and attention than with connection, character, or compatibility. A real man isn't chasing that.
What happened to the guys that are like, let me come pick you up and let's go to dinner so I can get to know you, not let me come over so I can get to know your chrissie?
Check your friend zone. The guy that you are looking for is in your friend zone because you thought that he wasn't toxic enough, he wasn't man enough, he was too pushy, he was too clingy, and you found that unattractive, so you put him in the friend zone. And let's not forget, the type of man that you're probably looking for is the one that you ghosted because he was actually showing interest in you, and he wasn't, taking 3 days to text you back. He actually showed up being intentional, and you didn't like that either, so you ghosted him. And that's just for starters. Let's not forget that women have spent the last decade telling men that places like Cheesecake Factory weren't good enough. They've told them that coffee wasn't good enough. And even if a man shows up 110%, 99.9% of the time, y'all are gonna assume that he wants only coochie anyway. If a man opens up the door on a date, then a lot of women will turn around and, ew, I can get the door myself. Oh, and let's not forget, if he's not 6 foot tall, he's automatically off the list. Women have a plethora of options and they're still never happy because they could have a man that checks off every single box that they're looking for, but guess what? They're going to ruin said date. At the end of the night, they're going to start complaining because they assume that every man that wants to go on a date with them only wants coochie anyway. So you end up ruining it and ghosting the good guy anyway. Oh, and my favorite is the guy that's going to take you out to dinner. You end up treating like crap because your ex comes in the picture and you try to play both sides of the fence. But y'all never want to have that kind of conversation. Not to mention, why would any man plan any kind of dates when there are women out here that have not paid for a meal in 3 months because they're going on dates for free meals? Why is any man going to subject himself to trying to find a good date or a good woman if the outcome is him getting dumped, even for trying and checking off all of the boxes that women are asking for, and it's still not good enough? Okay, bye.
This describes what men are going through to a T. The bottom line is, as a man living in today's society, you can't win. No matter what you do, it's never enough. You've got this woman and many other women out here asking, where are the guys that used to come pick us up for dinners? The ones who planned romantic dates, showed effort, and made us feel special. But here's the better question. Where are the women who are actually worth that kind of treatment? What happened to them? What happened to women who brought warmth, appreciation, and feminine energy to the table? What happened to the women who didn't see a date as a transaction or a man as a wallet? A lot of them have been replaced by entitlement, by attitude, by unrealistic standards shaped by social media. Now, many women want all the benefits of traditional men without offering the traditional femininity that balanced it out. See, a lot of women today want things to go exactly their way. There's no compromise, no cooperation, just control. It's her way or the highway. They want a man to treat them like a queen while treating him like he's disposable. They demand effort, loyalty, protection, provision, but they don't want to give anything back beyond existing.